Welcome back to the channels, guys. This has been the hardest video that I've ever had to make, and to tell you the truth, I'm not even sure I wanted to make it, and it took me a long time to even press the send button for you guys to watch. But keep watching, I'll explain what was going on and why things have taken so long in the shed, get stuff done. Please watch the video, comment if you like. If you don't, doesn't matter. It's just going to reveal everything that's been going on as far as the HZ wagon goes. I've brought something else to work on, which is probably not what you guys are going to be into, and we've had a bit of a family tragedy during it all, which will explain itself later on during the video. So keep watching. Thanks, guys. Righto, so let's start with the first price of this car, and I hope you enjoyed the little bit of a look of Lock 11 here in Mildura. And anyway, so everybody knows that I started and I brought this car for $5,000, and pretty much in the first video I spent 53 hours cleaning the car and preparing it for paint underneath, and it was $1,870 so far. So we're talking nearly $7,000 just to get the car back to the condition that I picked it up in. So let's go to our next destination, and I'll do the other price reveal and show you somewhere else around Mildura. So keep watching. So you brought a project car, you get it home, this is the best thing ever. Then when you start looking at it, reality sets in. Look how thick that is in there. That is extremely thick. So this is typical, where it's in this condition or you've just got it and it was actually just driving. You still need to do exactly what I've done to this car, regardless of the condition that it's in. So whether it's been sitting for 10 years, 15 years, 100 years, you still need to put the hard yards in and do this kind of work. Everything you clean, everything you repair, you need to protect it, and this is what I've done with this car. Now, some might say I went overboard, but the amount of extra time that you put into the car and what you get back from it is well worth it. Let's get something straight right from the word go, guys. This was never a will it run video. This was all about preserving this car and hopefully preserving it for another 50 years or 47 years. The car in the current condition that I brought it wasn't far off. Give it another 1 or 2 years and it would have just been a parts car. So all the work that I've done underneath that body is not just for looks, but all the products that I used on there is going to protect that metal better than it did from brand new. So realistically, doing it top and bottom, both sides of the steel, that should last 50 years, more than that. So this car, you could blow the diff up in it, you'll put another diff in it. You blow the gearbox or the engine, you'll do all that sort of stuff, and this car will go through many hands. Who knows? I'm not going to keep the car, I'm going to sell the car, but it'll last forever, and this is what you just need to do to keep these cars going. Probably only added an extra 20 hours of work, but it was well worth it, I reckon. So let's talk about a couple of upgrades to the dashboard. GTS dashboard is the way to go. Would I do another one? I don't think so. The electronic version is a lot easier, a lot cheaper, and looks a lot nicer, I reckon. But these are just things that I wanted to do to the car. Now, I spent $3,500 just on these extras, the GTS dashboard, steering wheel, and the exhaust. So I wanted the twin system, and I wanted to dump out the side of the car so that I got no fumes out that back window whatsoever. And I only done a 2-inch exhaust. I probably should have gone a 2.5, because it does sound a little bit tinny. So it was at this stage, guys, the big rush was on to get the car ready for the Mildura Show and Shine, the Easter Power weekend. Managed to get it registered, but we had some tragic bad news. My brother Shawnee, my twin brother Shawnee, do you see in the videos every now and then, give me a hand, diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So everything came to a dead stop, you know. Everything, as you would expect, everything was focused on Sean and the care for Sean at this stage. Even though he was that crook, he was still in the shed helping out. Not that we did any work whatsoever. We just hung around, and family came up and stuff like that. You just couldn't keep him down right up till the end. So that was the stage that we were up to, and the period of time wasn't that long. So we were blessed to be able to do palliative care at home for Shawnee, and after 6 weeks, May the 3rd, Sean passed away. So that was a pretty traumatic time period for family and friends and everybody involved. But it took a long time to get over something like that. And I guess life still goes on. You still got to do what you're passionate about, which is what I'm trying to do. I have made a couple of changes in direction and stuff like that. So we'll get back into the video and let you guys know how many hours and the total price on this car. So we're parked up here at Redcliffs, which is just the town pretty much before you get to Mildura. If you're coming from Melbourne, not sure how many tourists actually sit here and look at this, but I do see a lot of cars pulled over. This tractor was built in Melbourne. I'll let you guys pull over and read it, but I tell you, the camera doesn't do the size and the weight of this tractor's justice. So we're parked up here in Redcliffs, just before you get to Mildura. Everybody knows what it is. Now let's get to the next section. Let's talk about the engine, transmission, and the diff. Now, not everything was done in that sequence, but when you're building a car, that's probably how you're going to go about it anyway. Look at that big Lizzie in the background. Magnificent tractor, that thing. Do some search on Google, guys. Stop in, have a look. Fantastic fish and chip shop just across the road from this, so pop in. Righto, engine, transmission, diff. Total of $4,900. That's pretty much total rebuild on everything but the diff. The diff itself, I only had a basic rebuild, outer wheel bearings and seals and stuff like that, as well as the brakes. Not adding in what it cost me for those front brakes. That was on the previous price. So we're starting to get up there in price, guys. We haven't even started with the electrics or the interior. So let's go somewhere else and have another look. Check it out. Mum's having a drive of the car. The V8 suits her lead foot a lot better than the 4-cylinder. And then Tyson's behind us in the Mustang. What do you reckon, Mum? You're on your tippy toes. You're going to get a cramp before we get home. sometimes people ask you, why do you want a HJ or a HZ or an old car? Anyway, it's probably to fill your youth again, because we grew up with these cars, we love them. But I'm going to just turn the camera around and show you exactly what we used to do and have to put up with when we were younger. Remember, back in those days it was the recession and we could not afford jack shite. So it is raining. And I have no wipers for some reason. Could be a fuse, could be the stalk, could be anything. But you have no choice, you just drive home and off you go. Probably the new cars today, if it was raining, the sensors would say, oh, the wipers aren't working, you're going to limp mode. We just keep going, we just drop the speed a little bit. Anyway, I'll limp back home and find out what the problem or what the issue is. Okay, so we're just coming into Coomiella, New South Wales, which is not a bad little town, very tiny. All growing areas. Now, would I do this build again? And the answer would be probably not. I wouldn't do a stock standard car again. I'd do the 4-barrel manifold, extractors, all that sort of stuff, because this is what this car needs. It's only a 253. Yes, the motor's rebuilt. Yes, the transmission's rebuilt. The diff, no, not rebuilt, not as yet. May not get rebuilt. New brakes. Does it drive nice? Very smooth, very comfortable, slow, because it's got the 2.78 ratio diff in it. But cruising down this highway, it's grouse 2.5 to 2.6 on the revs. It's beautiful. Got plenty of room. I've got to change the steering wheel boss over. It needs to come out a bit more. I can't get my stalk to work. And so the total cost for this car, as I'm driving it right now, is $11,790 plus the $5,000 for buying the car. So you're just on 17 grand for this car as I'm driving it now. Is it worth doing? Can you make money on these cars? Well, no, you can't. You can't make money doing these cars up and flogging them off. You'll do all your work for nothing. Was it worth doing? Well, it brings back my childhood and all that sort of stuff. Youth, driving around. We grew up with these cars, are all we could afford. You'd see them on the side of the road and you'd walk in and say, what are you doing in the car? They'd say, mate, you can get it started, come and get it. Alrighty. So guys, that's the total end of this video and this build video, sorry. So you are still asking that question, how many hours? All right, well, I worked it out. It was 34 days if you done it straight. 34 days of work, which isn't too bad. And that's if every single part, everything went together, everything was sitting here ready to go, you could do it in 34 days. Would you make money on it? No, you still wouldn't make money on it because you couldn't sell it and actually get money for your hours. So 34 days. And realistically, if you had this car sitting in the shed and you worked on it for one day a week, maybe you'll miss a weekend there where you won't work on it. You've got to do shit with the family. It's a whole year to do this build, and that's if all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed and all your parts are there. You're not waiting on stuff. You'd get it done in a year. So I thought that I better let you guys know how many hours it actually took to do it. Now, if I was to do the body on this car, look, you got 300 plus hours in the body, plus probably $4,000 in material, and that's just to give it an average paint job. It's definitely not, the car definitely is not worth that. If it had been a family car that my dad owned and handed down to me, yes, it'd be worth doing it because you're doing it from the heart, but it's not. This was just a project. There's a lot of you guys out there that don't agree with patina cars, which I understand that. The main thing is get your car get it running, get it driving, and enjoy it, because you can always do your body work later on down the track. No use having it sitting in the shed doing nothing. And the more you drive it, the more you're going to love it, the quicker you're going to save your money and get your panel work and everything done. So thanks for watching, guys. Sorry this video took so long. There is another project coming. It will be here in 4 days' time. So I will be doing a video on that. I didn't want to do anything else, but I've just got to keep myself busy. And I hope you enjoy this next video, because this is a rescue car. I'm doing this one free of charge. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.